The iron in your blood was forged in a dying star. The calcium in your bones was born in the explosion of a star that lived billions of years ago. The oxygen in your lungs, the carbon in your cells, the nitrogen in your DNA, all of it once belonged to a star. You think you're a human being on a planet? Wrong! You're a walking piece of the cosmos, a temporary arrangement of atoms that once drifted through the darkness of space. You are not in the universe. You are the universe, and that changes everything. Let's go back 13.8 billion years. The Big Bang, not an explosion in space, but the explosion of space itself. In the first fractions of a second, there was only pure energy, so hot, so dense, that matter couldn't even exist. Then, within minutes, the first atomic nuclei began to form, hydrogen and helium, the simplest elements. But here's the crucial point. There was no iron, no calcium, no carbon, none of the heavy elements you're made of. That means, in the early universe, you couldn't exist. The building blocks of your body simply didn't exist yet. So where did they come from? They had to be made. And the only place in the universe hot enough to forge heavy elements is the core of a star. For billions of years, stars have worked as gigantic cosmic factories, fusing hydrogen into helium, helium into carbon, carbon into oxygen, oxygen into silicon. Ever heavier, ever more complex. And then at the end of their lives, these stars exploded. Supernovae, the most powerful blasts in the universe, so bright that a single dying star can outshine an entire galaxy. And in that last desperate moment, they hurled everything they had created out into space. That was your beginning. This isn't a metaphor. It's not poetic exaggeration. It's literal truth. Every atom in your body, except for the hydrogen that was born in the Big Bang, was created inside a star, or in its death. The iron in your hemoglobin, carrying oxygen through your body right now, it took a supernova to make that. The explosion of a star at least 8 times more massive than our sun. The calcium in your bones, formed in the same cosmic fire. The carbon that forms the basis of all life, cooked in the core of a dying star. When Carl Sagan said, "We are made of star stuff," he didn't mean it metaphorically. He meant it scientifically, precisely, unquestionably. And here's what will blow your mind. Those atoms in you aren't new. They're ancient, billions of years old. That carbon atom in your DNA, it could once have been part of a dinosaur, or a tree, or the ocean, or another human being. Atoms don't die, they just get recycled, again and again. You're a temporary cluster of material that's been wandering through the universe for eons. You borrow these atoms for a while, and then you give them back. They become part of something else. Look around. Do you see the difference between you and everything else? Your skin, this thin boundary, gives you the feeling of being separate, an individual, something distinct. But that's an illusion. The most useful illusion evolution ever created, but still an illusion. The air you breathe right now becomes part of you within seconds. It enters your lungs, diffuses into your blood, becomes part of your cells. What was just outside is now inside. And with every exhale, you return parts of yourself, carbon dioxide from your cells. What was just you becomes the world again. So where exactly do you end and the world begin? Your skin, but your skin sheds millions of cells every day. Your breath, with every breath, you exchange matter. Your body, every atom in it will be replaced in a few years. The truth is, there's no clear boundary. You're an open system. A whirlpool in a river. A pattern that seems stable for a while but is constantly exchanging with everything around it. You breathe oxygen made by trees. Trees consume carbon dioxide that you exhale. The water in your body was once in the ocean, in clouds, in other living beings. You are not an island. You're a node in a vast network of exchange. Now it gets really wild. You're not just made of the universe, you're the way the universe experiences itself. Think about it. 13.8 billion years ago, there were no eyes, no ears, no awareness. The universe existed, but no one could witness it. It was like a perfect concert, played in total silence. Then, after billions of years, on this insignificant rock, orbiting an average star, something extraordinary happened. Life emerged. And from life, after even more billions of years, came consciousness. Suddenly, the universe could see, it could hear, it could feel, it could think, through you. When you watch a sunset, that's the universe admiring itself. When you listen to music, it's vibrations of matter touching other matter, all from the same source. You are not a separate entity observing the universe from the outside. You are a part of it, the part that can look back and wonder. Your brain, that 3-pound organ made of stardust, has become complex enough to think about its own existence, to ask, who am I? Where did I come from? What does it all mean? Those are the universe's own questions, asked through you. Do you understand what this means? It means you are connected to everything, not spiritually, though that's fine too, but literally, physically, measurably. The nitrogen in your DNA was made by the same star that made the nitrogen in every other living thing on Earth. You share the same cosmic origin. That means you and the tree outside your window are siblings, born from the same supernova. You and the ant on the ground, made from material that followed the same stellar path. You and the person you love, temporary arrangements of atoms that drifted through the same ancient clouds of dust. And here's the kicker. The atoms in your left hand probably come from a different star than the ones in your right hand. You are a collage of countless cosmic events. Some scientists estimate that the atoms in your body come from at least 40,000 different stars. 40,000 cosmic stories, all united in you. You're not just a person, you're a galaxy. Let's talk about time. You think you live maybe 80, 90 years if you're lucky, and then it's over. But that's not true. The atoms that make you are 13.8 billion years old. They've witnessed nearly the entire history of the universe. They were there when stars were born and died. They drifted through the darkness of space, became part of gas and dust clouds, condensed into new stars and planets. About 4.5 billion years ago, they joined the cloud that formed our solar system. They became part of Earth, moving through oceans, air, and countless life forms. Some of the carbon atoms in you may have been part of the first single-celled organisms 3.5 billion years ago. They survived extinctions, ice ages, volcanic eruptions. They were part of dinosaurs, of mammoths, of early humans, of your ancestors. And now, for a fleeting cosmic moment, they are part of you. But when you die, the atoms don't die. They continue. They return to the soil, the air, the water, and are taken up again. They keep traveling through the story of the universe. You are not 30 or 40 or 50 years old. You are 13.8 billion years old. You exist in this particular form for a few decades, but the matter that makes you is eternal. So, but what do you do with this knowledge? For many, it's overwhelming. It feels like it makes them smaller. I'm just a pile of recycled atoms? A temporary arrangement of matter? But that's the wrong perspective. You're not just anything. You're the result of 13.8 billion years of cosmic evolution. The point where the universe became complex enough to contemplate itself. The odds that this specific combination of atoms, in this exact structure, with this exact consciousness, exists? Almost zero. You are impossibly unlikely, and at the same time, completely inevitable. Every breath you take is a cosmic event. Every thought you think is the universe exploring itself. Every connection you make with another human being is stardust recognizing stardust. That doesn't make your life less meaningful. It makes it infinitely more. So how do you live with this knowledge? First, realize that separation is an illusion. When you hate someone, you're hating a part of the universe that comes from the same source as you. When you destroy nature, you're destroying the system you came from. You're not apart from the environment. You are the environment. The air, the water, the earth, they're not resources you consume. They are you in another form. Second, you lose the fear of death. Not because death isn't real, it is, but because you understand that the atoms that are you will go on. The cosmic dance continues. You're a wave in the ocean. The wave rises, exists for a moment, and falls back. But the water, the essence, remains, forming new waves. Third, you begin to treat others differently. Every person you meet is another piece of the universe experiencing itself, with different atoms, different awareness, but the same ability to feel, think, suffer, and rejoice. When you truly understand that, empathy stops being a moral duty. It becomes a logical conclusion. Zoom out, way out. You're standing on a planet spinning at 1,670 kilometers per hour. That planet orbits a star at 107,000 kilometers per hour. That star orbits the center of a galaxy at 720,000 kilometers per hour. And that galaxy itself hurtles through space at over 2.1 million kilometers per hour. And you think you're sitting still. In reality, you're on a cosmic roller coaster, traveling through space and time at speeds beyond comprehension. Meanwhile, billions of chemical reactions are happening inside you every second. Your cells divide, die, renew. Your neurons fire in patterns that create your thoughts. Your organs work in perfect harmony without you ever telling them what to do. You are a walking miracle, a self-organizing cluster of matter aware of itself. And here's the paradox. You're not special, not in the sense of being unique in the universe. There are probably billions of planets out there where similar complexity has evolved. But that doesn't make it less astonishing. It makes it more. It means the universe has found countless ways to experience itself. You are part of a cosmic experiment, and no one knows how it ends. With this knowledge comes a kind of responsibility. You're not just a passive observer. You're an active participant in the unfolding of the universe. Every decision you make, every action you take, is the universe shaping itself through you. Will you be the part that causes suffering, or the part that alleviates it? Will you destroy, or will you create? Will you reinforce separation, or foster connection? This isn't about morality, it's about systems. You're part of one vast system, and what you put into it affects the whole. Spread hate, and you poison the system you're part of. Spread love, and you enrich it. It's not spirituality, it's system theory. So come back to your body, to this moment. Feel your breath. air that comes from plants that captured sunlight, sunlight produced by a star made of material from older stars. Feel your heartbeat, an organ made of stardust, pumping other stardust through your veins. Look at your hands, temporary structures formed from material older than the earth itself. You are not small. You are not insignificant. You are not separate. You are the universe in human form. 13.8 billion years of evolution focused into this single moment. And this moment, it will never happen again. This exact configuration of atoms, this consciousness, this context, it exists only once in the entire history of the cosmos. That doesn't make you more important than others, but it makes you absolutely unique. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. It will likely exist for trillions more. And in that unfathomable span of time, you have a few decades, a cosmic blink. But in that blink, something extraordinary happens. The universe experiences itself through your eyes, with your mind, from your unique perspective. You are not in the universe. You are the universe. And for this brief, precious moment, you are the way the cosmos looks at itself, feels itself, understands itself. That's not coincidence. It's not trivial. That's the point. You are not just part of something greater. You are the greater thing itself, manifest in this specific form, for this one fleeting moment. Live it.